Hello again. All right, this is called Dear Friend. Well, really, it's untitled. It starts off, Dear Friend. Dear friend, I hope heaven exists where happiness is a given. The first time I ever saw her, she wore a shirt that I also owned. High school, sitting in the back of a class we both later said we hated, sloshing bottles in our Abercrombie shoulder bags. Tears don't fall as an antidote. The first time we spoke, our insides coagulated, both sick. And to speak about it was happiness to the lost, finding hushed words in us finally voicing themselves. We spent Saturdays at the park by her house, taking our Marlboro Reds we got from the one marathon that doesn't card, smoking the entire pack over boys and sex and Jensen Ackles in the first season of Supernatural and depression and hating ourselves. God, we hated ourselves. It's amazing how people with very little life experience can hate themselves. When you're convinced this is all there is, you can't help but to hate yourself. 14 years now looks like edibles and Snapchat threads, occasional meetups reclaiming our youth with a child screaming in the back. I know if she could start over, she would. What a shame to always be looking backwards. It's hard not to sometimes. We stayed on MySpace until no one was left. We burned sanitizer at the skate park just because. We wrote stories and poems and diary entries. We swapped bad music and cried over grown men who didn't shower. We compared our bodies to bodies that will never be ours. We planned a Nick Cage-themed best friend wedding. We aimed to leave the world and nothing else. I know that if she could, she'd go back and start over. And I hope if heaven exists, it looks like a second chance. And maybe the sun diffracts through every window onto leather seats, sunbathing cat bellies, moon-faced sun catchers, that we will recognize the mimicry of love and never be its victim. And man, I hope if heaven exists, it would grant us freedom from a life of escapism. Thank you.